We Kiwis love to travel. We're all over the world. In fact, we're probably in your schools or in your hospitals. We've even taken over your popular culture. But I'm not talking about stormtroopers and bounty hunters. We're not talking about starship doctors or dread enforcers. We're not talking about your gladiators or your sand snakes from Westeros. We're not talking about your hunky Seattle doctors. We're not talking about warrior princesses. We're not talking about Archie comics brought to life or zombie detectives even. We're certainly not talking about world famous directors making superhero movies, and we're not talking about dinosaur wranglers, but we are talking today about Kiwis and popular culture that you might not have known were Kiwis. Anna Louise Plowman, currently on screen in Black Sails, is probably better known for other roles like Osiris out of Stargate SG-1.
Make no mistake, Osiris will return, and the rivers of the earth will run red with blood.
You would make a good Dalek.
She didn't get made into a Dalek in that episode of Doctor Who, but she did kick out some rich billionaire and made him go live somewhere else. She also happens to be the daughter-in-law of Dame Maggie Smith.
Oh, you only say that to sound clever.
I know. You should try it.
Guy Dolman is a Kiwi-born actor known for playing number 2 in The Prisoner.
Who does number 2 work for?
With numerous sort of spy roles under his belt, he ended up on the doyen of them all, James Bond, working as Count Lepe, one of the assassins sent to kill Sean Connery's James Bond in Thunderball. Dennis Lill's an actor whose face has appeared many times on screens, like this one in Doctor Who or this one in another episode of Doctor Who. He's known for having died on Blackadder and then dying again on another episode of Blackadder, surviving in The Survivors for a couple of seasons. Most recently he's been seen on screen in the series 24, where he played a ship's captain. You might know him as the former president in Evita who got kicked out, but more likely you saw him here as Bob Kane, the creator of Batman. Clive Rebel's one of those jobbing actors who shows up in shows like Babylon 5 or Star Trek The Next Generation, a face that fits everywhere and a voice as well. He played the Professor in The Snorks, and he was even the original Alfred Pennyworth in the Batman animated series. But more importantly, and less known, he played the original version of Emperor Palpatine.
What is thy bidding, my master?
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
I have felt it.
We have a new enemy, Luke Skywalker.
Yes, my master.
He could destroy us.
He's just a boy. Obi-Wan can no longer help him.
The Force is strong with him.
He's always maintained though that Ian McDiarmid is a great choice to replace him.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Muppets! Yay!
Most people wouldn't think New Zealander when they think Jim Henson, and he wasn't. He was American born and bred, but he was a huge fan of the country. In fact, you have this character, Lou Zealand, who is named after our country, has a thing for flying fish. Then there's the surrounding mystery of Gonzo, a character who has no real origin story other than being from space, but does bear an uncanny resemblance to God's own's Kiwi. Not forgetting as well the Muppet movie that came out a few years ago that won an Academy Award for New Zealander Brett McKenzie. Whole bunch of links. Muppets are our #1 choice.